audible cue that, okay, I need to look at my screen or I need to look at my tablet, because this is from Rastelli, as I mentioned, our #1 food brand. Ray Rastelli has taught us, let's look at where this comes from. These are the Rastelli Reserve Black Angus Ribeye Steaks. Now, not only are they 9 ounces, so they're huge. Look at how juicy. I love that close-up. Juicy, succulent. There's that little river of meat candy that you're seeing right there. Ray's favorite steak is the ribeye. He loves these, and we're bringing them to you, not only 12 of them, but also in gift boxes so that you can gift this to people that you love. It's a show-only price of 5 easy payments of $40, free shipping and handling. The lowest price you're going to see for the rest of the year, my friends. So if you were thinking about gifting steaks, and ribeyes in particular, now is the time to put this in your cart and check out. I'll share with you exactly what you're getting, and there is an auto delivery on this. So this is Ray Rastelli. Nice to see you.
Good to see you.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. All of these are coming home to you. This isn't a choice of 6 or 12. All 12, 9 ounces coming home to you, and you're also going to receive 3 gift boxes. So will they come in the 3 gift boxes?
They will come.
So
in
you'll
the
have
boxes.
4 in each one.
Now the bow won't be on it. I
No,
put the
right,
bow
exactly.
On it, but
Yep.
here's what you get when you get these at home, or when you give these as a gift. You're getting that beautiful seasoning pack,
Yep.
and then 4 vacuum-packed ribeye
Nice.
steaks, completely ready for your guests to just be able to thaw and cook. So I did that for a reason, Rachel, because this is my
Yes, you did.
very favorite steak.
Let's talk
right?
about
It's
it.
my very, very
Go
fa-
ahead.
And it's the one that I gift, right? So this is what my closest friends get from me for the holidays. They, you know, they typically look for some kind of meat. I want to give them what I love best, and it's the ribeye steak.
And not only the ribeye, I know you're going to be cutting,
Yep.
but it's the reserve. So can you introduce us to this cut and
Yes.
what it means when we say reserve?
So when we think about the ribeye, right, the ribeye's the prime rib. I want you to see how big this steak is, right? It's a full ribeye. We've taken all the fat off it, but because it's reserve and it's Black Angus, that means we've aged this for 45 days. Now, aging is a natural process. It just breaks down the enzymes and the proteins, and it makes it more tender. That's why if you go to a great steakhouse, you'll see on the menu, aged to perfection. It's the only place you'll see it is in a steakhouse or here on QVC. So, Rachel, once we age these for 45 days, then we completely trim them, take all the fat and gristle off, and then this is what you get once you cook it, right? Let me just cut right through
Sure.
the center of that ribeye, and I want you to see just how tender, how moist, and look at the texture of the meat. That's what I want you to see. I mean, that texture that you see right there, that's prime rib. And I'll show you in a minute really where the steak comes from. But it's a prime rib that's cut in the steaks after we've aged it for 45 days.
And again, I want to just go to that point of aging them, right? So this is not what you're going to see in your local butcher shop. This is not what we're seeing in our grocery store,
that's right.
They're not
Nope.
aging the meat like you would a steakhouse. This is why we go to the steakhouse, because they are aging the meat. And it is the reserve, so it is Black Angus. You think Black Angus, wow, that's special. It's aged, wow, that's special. They're individually blast frozen. They're going to come 4 to a box, so you'll get 3 of these boxes. It's $16 and change a steak that you've given as a gift to somebody that you love. I'm going to ask for a bite, and then we can go over that
Okay.
way. But this is all about juicy flavor, tender, and like celebratory. I feel like get your favorite wine, whatever it happens to be. We actually just had some Hemispheres wine, and then put this on the grill and have a great time. Are we heading that way?
We're going to go that way. You take the bite, and
Wow. It is tender. It is juicy. And I'm getting, because there's like just that little river of fat to give
That
it just
marble.
the flavor.
That's-
that marble,
that's
right? That is done to perfection because it's done by a butcher.
That's
I
right.
don't know how much we should have of the marbling. A butcher knows.
yes, and I'm going to show you that. And that's why I love the ribeye the most, right? So this is a prime rib of beef. So I want you to see what a prime rib looks like, right? It's got the full ribeye. We've taken all the fat off the top, all the
Yep.
gristle off the bottom. So when you get it at home, this is what your steak looks like. So we've cut this steak. Now, I'm going to lift that so you can see the marbling.
Yeah.
See that marbling in there? See that white flecks you see
Right
in there?
there, yep.
That's the meat candy that I
Yes.
talk about all the time. When you see that in your ribeye steak, you know it's going to be tender, it's going to be juicy, but you're going to get the flavor that you should get out of a steak, right? So many steaks are just bland because they don't have that marbling in there, but that's what gives you the moisture. So as you cook this, don't press it. You know, I see people pressing it on the grill or pressing it in your saute pan. Just thaw it, 5 minutes on each side, and take our seasoning and drop it on each side and just flip it.
I do need to share with you an update on what's happening. We have fewer than 600 of these to go around, and this price is only here for this show. This price goes away, the Easy Pay goes away. This is the lowest price Ray will offer. These are 9 ounces.
These are big.
That's over a half a pound, my friends. So you could cut these in half. I know that we're saying it's, it's 12 servings, but in my mind, it's 24 servings because I can cut this in half and have a 4.5 ounce serving. I could make lots of fajitas with one.
Absolutely.
I could make 4 fajitas right there. Like with one,
easily.
I could top, several salads with this. So you're getting 9 ounces, each one of them, and 12 of them. I think that you could do 24 different meals out of these because I would cut them in half. It's M131955. There is an auto delivery, which I highly recommend because when you see, it's like the trifecta. This is $200, not $242. So right off the top, we're saving you $42 right now in this price right now. But guess what? Fast forward, you can get this every 60 days, or excuse me, you can get auto delivery in April of 2025. There's one additional in April of 2025 where it's this exact price. You've saved that $42 again. So think about in April, we're going to be celebrating again with family and friends, and you've got the ribeye to do it. So if you wouldn't mind backing up just a little, and I know you're making me another bite, because can I have a little of the meat candy?
Here, I'm going to give you a piece. Yep, here you go. This is the deckle.
The deckle.
This is the deckle.
What's the
right
deckle
off.
do?
So the deckle is the
right here.
It's
what I
that
want.
top piece
Yep.
that's going to give you a really good juicy flavor. It's very close to like a short rib flavor, right? Incredibly tender and soft. The rich.
And it is juicy.
That is the word.
And
it's
I love
rich.
your seasoning.
Yes. But what I wanted to show you is, you can see this one we did a little more well done, and I did it for a reason because I wanted you to see even well done. Look at that. That's because the marbling is inside the meat, not on the outside of the meat. We've taken the fat off the outside. We don't want you to eat fat, right? We don't want you to pay for fat.
Yep.
But I want the marbling inside to melt into the meat. That's what you see. So there's nothing there but natural marble from inside of that steak. And you mentioned how big it was, Rachel. I took one of them and I cut it here. Look how many slices I took out of one. So you're right.
Yes.
Look at this. You can take
9 ounces.
Yep. You can take one piece, slice it completely, put that on a platter for 2. You can put that over a salad.
Over a salad?
There's so many things that you can do with this, but it's a steak. It is the final steak. It's my favorite steak.
Why is it your favorite steak?
So it's
Let's
my
talk about
favorite
the ribeye.
steak because you saw the marbling inside that ribeye. That marbling is flavor, right? So because you have that marbling and you have that flavor, it's tender because it melts into the steak. And when you can get a steak that actually has the meat melt into it like this, the marbling, look at this. I mean, this is a well-done steak. Have you ever seen a well-done steak with that kind of moisture in it? You don't, because most steaks are just too lean. That's not the ribeye steak.
So here's the story. This is a 12-count offer. I'm sorry, Frank. So how many do we have? We have fewer than 500 remaining between the 2 ship weeks, between now and December 9th. So right now is the time that you want to place your order because right now it's $42 off. And this price disappears in 31 minutes. And if you were waiting and saying, well, you know what, Rach, I'll wait till I get closer to Christmas, you can't. Because if Ray offers this again, you're only getting, this is the lowest price you'll see for the rest of the year. So if he offers it again, it's going to be a higher price. My recommendation to you would be order it. You can put it in your freezer. You've got a build to, ship to if you want to get 3 different gifts. And Ray is very beautifully being able to hold these. Check this out. In here, 4 steaks. In here, 4 steaks. In here, 4 steaks. You have 3 amazing, exquisite executive gifts. Like maybe that's for your boss that you never know what to get them. You're not quite sure. How do you give them something elegant? You give them a ribeye steak dinner for 4. That's what you're doing. For $66 and change, you have a ribeye steak dinner for 4 in each one of these boxes. That's Bananarama in my mind. Because if you see those magazines, and you know the magazines that I'm talking about, the food magazines from the folks, the butcher, emporiums, you're looking at this, and that would be 100 and change. I mean, like easily when they package them up like this, it's always a couple $100 to get anything for somebody.
It is. And I've been doing this for years at my own house for my gifts, for my friends and family. So my son said to me, Dad, why don't we just bring this to QVC?
Correct.
Why don't we let QVC do the same thing with their family?
Was that Ray the Third who
That's
suggested
Ray
that?
the Third,
See,
yes.
he's a smart guy.
He is.
He's a chip off the old block.
When you think about somebody who's really hard to shop
Yes.
for, you know you're giving them the very, very best.
These are like the executive gift.
They are. They're going to have a steak, or, you know, most dads are really difficult to buy for. This is something that's really just special, and I will tell you that once they get it, they are going to expect it every year, so be prepared for that.
Right, do be prepared. You just put on your bow whatever color you want to.
Yes.
I love it, Ray. Thank you so much for giving it to us in this gift box assortment. It's a show-only price. I'm just going to back up and let you know. You're letting me know now or December 9th. December 9th is getting uber limited, and it's $16 a steak. It's the lowest price we'll have for the rest of the year. And this price goes away now in 29 minutes. It's M131955. He's our #1 food brand on QVC. I know you were nominated for 11 awards. How many did you take home? Like nine?
Nine.
Yeah,
Yes,
see,
yes.
I'm sorry. Just a measly old 9, dude. I'm so sorry. I'm feeling very sad. How did that happen? I'm kidding.
I know, and we're so grateful for that too.
So show us how it's coming.
So when you get this home, right, you have 4 of these steaks in each of the 3 boxes. But I want you to see how they're packaged. This is a vacuum package. This vacuum package seals in all the freshness, keeps out bacteria. So food safety is the #1 thing at the top of our list here at Rastelli's. And I will tell you that once you take this home, you put it in your freezer, whether you pull it out in a month or whether you pull it out of your freezer in a year, it's going to look exactly like this.
Right.
It's going to taste as fresh as the ones that I just cooked. Now, if you get in a pinch like I typically do, just take this, run it under cold water for about 10 minutes, and it'll be thawed out and ready to go. But always bring your steak to room temperature. Once you get it to room temperature, season one side, season the other side, drop it on your grill, on your skillet, right in your air fryer. There's so many things you can do, and you're going to have an incredible steak experience that you'd have at a great steakhouse.
Yeah, drop it in your Le Creuset. Again, it's the quality of the meat that Ray brings us, and that's why we get that same delicious consistency like you would get in a steakhouse. This is a show-only price, friends. Right now is when we need to pull the trigger and make that decision and make sure that you get it, because when the clock strikes 7 p.m. and you see Alberti's beautiful face, this price will be gone. Thank you, Ray.
Thank you.
Okay,